right, Trail River at nighttime, sky line of Fort Worth, and no goes on the go-karts, spelled with a K, that's Rockwood. But mini golf the lights are off too. So 23 degrees, nope. Go-karts, Rockwood. Maybe sometime they'll get back there next few days. It would be kind of funny though if they were out there in their snow coats playing mini golf and doing the go-karts. I'd be laughing and rolling around. Now I wouldn't get on the golf course and start rolling around laughing at them. You're so funny to be golfing in the middle. That'd be weird. Wouldn't that be weird? Someone, like, if you were golfing and it's like 23 degrees and someone just walked up and started rolling around on the ground laughing at you. That'd be very strange. The hardest part is finding the address. You kind of can gauge it. You can gauge it on that, and then you have to do some foot patrol. Thinking maybe that one. We jumped down to 21 degrees. You can really feel it too. Boy, that lady, she came out like really thick bathrobe. You know, super cold, just shivering. You know, signing all the paperwork for the food exchange. And man, let me tell you, just freezing. Just her dog's out there. Even the dog was like. Next delivery will arrive at 9:11 p.m. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm sorry, 5 minutes, 2 miles. Yeah, listen to that Psychedelic Furs song, Heaven. It's a really good one. It's a catchy song. Don't know much about the Psychedelic Furs. They do have quite a few single hits. Heaven is one of them. Probably, I'm thinking maybe that one. Yeah, because no, it's not that one. It's sort of back right. It's that one. Big time gust of wind. I mean, big time. That's the wrong building. Our house is right up there. I'm a heartbreak beat. Well, actually, the first part of it goes, I'm a heartbreak beat all night long. Nobody, you know, it's that song, Psychedelic Furs. And then eventually on the chorus it goes, I'm a heartbreak beat, and I'm a dun 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 dun. Psychedelic Furs are great. I don't know. So for some reason, they're just kind of catching me lately. They got some really good singles. Psychedelic Furs, yeah, they're great. So they're like, nobody don't dance on the edge of the dark. We got the radio on, and I feel right, and then it goes, and it feels like love. You know, Psychedelic Furs, heartbreak beat. So it goes, it's a heartbreak beat playing. Let's hang on here a minute. It's a heartbreak beat playing all night down my street, or something like. I don't want to re-listen to it. All right, here's a stab at it. There's a heartbreak beat playing all night long, something down the street, or something like that. All right, just dropped to 20, and I'm telling you that AGM battery, absorbent glass mat. And Duralast makes them, Duracell makes them, and it's a heck of a car battery and truck battery too. They probably use those things in Alaska. What it basically is, and I was studying it last night, is it's mostly fiberglass. It's non-spillable. So let's say your flooded battery, and that's why they call it flooded battery or standard. It's actually got acid or battery acid inside the actual battery. You can slosh it around. If you slam the trunk super, super hard and you're really mad, it can even crack it, right? These guys, which are AGMs, they're made a dense material, okay? So they're not only durable, but they're dense, and it has more lead in it. And it's going to transfer all this electrical components, you know, that you're using, right? So you got these electrical components that you're using throughout the car, like a computer. It's going to process all of that better as a battery. Because the old battery, which was the flooded battery, it doesn't have the type of design to fulfill all those currents of different stuff. You may have a computer hooked up to this. You could have, well, this is a computer, but you may have more devices hooked up that you're not thinking about. And so your battery is more active. Now there's a new technology, which AGM is a new technology, but I believe they call it auto stop start on the engines. I've also heard auto start stop, right? But I think it's auto stop start, okay? That's like when you're at a red light in your brand new car. Oh, this is the Modern Art Museum right here. This is really nice. They still got the Christmas lights up. But your brand new car, whenever you stop, and then it stops, right? And then your light turns green, and then it starts. Those AGMs are designed to work with that, okay? So it is the new battery since 2019. It's the new and improved thing. It's a pretty cool thing. And it, you know, you can read about it. It's got these lead things. It's got these valves on it. It's non-spillable, so it doesn't spill. And it's dense, so it's a little heavier. If you notice in the vlog, the guy had he was helping me with that, and you know, that was courtesy of AutoZone. You know, he had to pick it up a little bit. It's not like too heavy. It's not too bad. I picked it up myself, but it's not as light as those flooded batteries too, right? And that thing was scaring me. He read it at 83% on the flooded battery. These things are great, and they probably remain 100%, you know? So they're a new technology that's gonna help you. AGM, Duralast makes them. Real quick, I'm gonna see if they have Maestro. I don't know if he sent it out in time. No, they're doing old school stuff. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, he's in that one too. Yeah, these puppies right now are going for $14, but right now, they're probably all about the same. This is 4 feet, so it's a 4-foot one. And then we're gonna sell on 50%, buy one, get one for 50%. I was looking for something that was a little affordable on the sponges. And they're all the way from New York City. All right, we're headed back. Gonna take the Bowie back, or what Linda calls Bowie, Camp Bowie. And pretty good, you know, really cold, but you got to deal with it. So 23 degrees right now, and we'll head back to see Kitty and Linda, and we're on the bricks. All right, this is a World War II statue of the first deputy of Fort Worth, who's actually a war hero. We'll try to get some information about it. And that's the Ridgely off Camp Bowie. I'm telling you, the future of all this entertainment stuff is just going to be the cable bill. Well, it's not even the cable bill anymore. It's just going to be the internet bill. You can just get internet and you can find the entertainment that you need. You know, I don't have anything wrong. I don't have any problems with Apple TV. I think they're great. But not everybody has that luxury. But, you know, you pay the internet bill, you can find all the entertainment you need right there on YouTube or whatever. They show free movies on YouTube. You know, sometimes if you get Prime, you don't have to press the button to skip the little, you know, 6-second commercial, which sometimes those are fun. It's like television, basically. Or it's the modern day television is what YouTube is. Cool thing about YouTube, though, and this is the cool thing about it, anybody on the planet can just start their own show. That's the cool thing about it. And you can get a lot of people watching or a little bit, and it can change over time as the show develops. Anybody can do that, and it's entertaining. And they'll show free movies too, movies from the past, some classics and some really good stuff. But you've got so many apps out there, you know, so many entertainment connections. We're talking about Apple TV, Netflix. We're talking about Pluto Television, which I think is a good one because it's kind of free. You know, you get all these free stuff, you know, you can watch. But Apple does have some good stuff, and it's hard to rig it, you know what I mean? It's hard to pirate it. Now, there's probably a lot of people that can, but I wouldn't really try it with Apple. Apple has more money than any other entity on the planet. You mess around with their television shows, you know. But, nevertheless, they do have the heightened entertainment. It's going to be on Apple. But YouTube is dang entertaining. What was that? Okay, I don't know. It's probably a leaf. But it's entertaining. And some of these vloggers have a lot of heart. And, you know, a lot of times they spend money to make sure the show's good. And they work every day. Sometimes they live by it, you know. And that's a different type of entertainment. They don't get the craft table that the Apple TV players get. But we don't know what they struggle to go through either. So it's all kind of the same thing, you know, in a way. Anyway, I might add something to the werewolf screenplay tonight on Grace, aka Werevlog. I wanted to add this one sequence right before Air France, just to know that the Air France thing is happening. So this is the one that if we ever get it taken off, I would think Millie Bobby Brown would be perfect for the flight attendant, at least right now in the next couple of years. But what she does is she makes an announcement, basically that there's turbulence and return to your seat, and I guess return the tray tables back to the original position and to put the seatbelt on, kind of thing. But she says it in English and then French. And so I'm just going to write it in parentheses that she also says it in French and then in English. And then we go into the scene where Gerald Ullman III is in the bathroom flossing his teeth. And he's, you know, just pretending like there's no turbulence or anything. Because he could feel the turbulence for a little while, and then he probably went into the bathroom to probably go throw up or something. Then you see him flossing his teeth, and that's where it begins, where he goes back and he asks the flight attendant for a drop of whiskey and tell me, Mom, that I love her, kind of thing. Anyway, all right, we'll see. We're going to add that little sequence in the beginning for the flight attendant. That way, then later on, if I want to add a little vlog for the flight attendant, you know, where she goes off and starts vlogging herself, we can always add that in on production. But I just thought of Millie Bobby Brown because of Stranger Things. I thought, hey, you know what? She'd make a good flight attendant. All right, there's Kitty. All right, and I got you one of those cords for the Apple thing. All right. Well, come here. Give me a kissy. I'm trying to get these boots off. All right. There you go, kitty. You want a kissy? Here. Okay. Well, what do you know? Actually pulled up pretty quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this Dynax hooked up. So, I don't know. Maybe Millie Bobby Brown as flight attendant, maybe as Rainy Love. We can maybe let Linda be flight attendant, because Millie has more, I guess you could say, experience. But, you know, it could be either or, because we can always do a screen test. What she is, Rainy Love is an ex-rock star. She had a tribute band called Silver Dagger. It was short for Silver. It was originally called Silver Dagger, and then she changed the tribute band name to Silver, I guess. And it was a tribute to Kiss. And they were a female rock band that did pretty well. And then later on, she meets a UFC fighter named Grace Lippon, who owns a ranch in Texas. And they fall madly in love, and they go to the ranch. They fall in love in the beginning part. So you see the whole script at the beginning. It starts with the grim vlogger and vlog Pyra, who gets killed by the werewolf in the first scene. That happens in about 10 minutes. There's also a sequence where the phone says Bella, Bartok String Quartet number 3. That begins to play on the smartphone of Vlog Pyram. And I was going to offer that to Grandma Life Collective or someone of that nature. I'm sending the script to them kind of as security, because I know they'll do good stuff with scripts. They helped a werewolf film in Texas with Edward Farlung, or the guy from Terminator. Excuse me. So the Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne happens with the hearse, and it opens. Well, it kind of, it's like the opening sequence. He opens the driver's side door and dives in. Okay, I'm just kind of showing everything right here. This is the opening, and it goes into the love sequences and stuff like that. And he works at Panera Bread as basically like he does delivery for Panera Bread. And she is kind of in between jobs or something. But, you know, the tribute band she made a little money off of. And then she watches him fight for a while. And then what ends up happening is it skips 10 years into the future. This is all fight sequence between Grace, and there's UFC fight sequences and stuff like that. Then what it'll do in a minute. Whoops, I hope you can read that. I don't think I was pointing it the right direction. And then there's basically, this is in the Brazilian dojo. Yeah, so Saint Patty the Great goes to Japan to study so he can fight Grace. And then it skips 10 years, so you never see the final fight. You could see it in the sequel, maybe. But they're unloading the U-Haul here, and they have this big fight. But this is 10 years later, so he's already retired right here by about, I don't know, 35 minutes in the film. There's a bird's eye view of Grace and Rainey standing before the gate. That's of the ranch. And it's Barksville population 1001. It goes all the way over this way. 10 years later. I just wanted to show that. You guys probably remember Air France, right? So why it's Air France? They do fly into England, and they do fly. You sometimes do land in Paris. Why this? We don't really know. We don't really know why Gerald Ullman is flying Air France. Maybe he was in France. Maybe he was in Paris. Maybe that's in the sequel that we find out. But regardless, Air France Boeing 777-200ER coach section. The female flight attendant presses the button on the handheld CB. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position. So the female flight attendant says the same speech in French. Cut to, and then we go to the Air France Boeing 777-200ER coach class section. Night, mid-flight, thunderstorm, 30,000 feet and climbing above the Atlantic Ocean. Turbulence shakes the cabin. The coach class of the aircraft rattles violently. Cut to interior center aisle. I guess maybe this is probably just saying like this. We'll just say back to Air France Boeing 200 coach section that night. I'll just put a little thing right here and put center aisle and then period. Then we say female flight attendant gets back on the speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing some turbulence. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Female flight attendant says the same speech in French. So now we kind of know that it's Air France, because why else would she speak in French? I was just thinking about that today, and I was thinking, let's have her speak some French. All right, you have a good night.